Facebook's not working out for me, but that's okay. We will get started anyway. Talking about stomping out fear in the new year. Not a better time to do this. We're almost there. Hey Cleveland, what's up? Good to see you. Not a better time to talk about this than right now, because we have an opportunity to jump into the new year, brighter, better. Forget New Year's resolutions. Let's just focus on being intentional about doing better, right? So stomping out fear in the new year, and this intentional stomping out fear for me started back in October. I kind of just got fed up with having that same anxiety and fear about something that I do every day. It was work related, and it hit me like, you know what? This is enough. And I got frustrated and I asked myself, Sahmra, what are you scared of? Exactly, what are you scared of? And just in that moment, saying that and asking myself that question allowed it to release, because I had to be honest with myself about what was I scared of. You know, usually for me, it comes up to things about people pleasing and disappointing people and not doing things perfectly. But is that really reasonable or logical to be scared of? And so my first tool, or the first step to stomping out fear in the new year that I want to talk about, is calling it out. Calling it out, calling it for what it is. And now I wake up every morning and I ask myself, what am I scared of? What are you scared of? What am I scared of and what am I grateful for? But what are you scared of? And that kind of takes the edge off, takes that away, and allows me to move forward in a manner and with energy that allows me to thrive, right? So what are you scared of? Calling it out. Most times it's not as bad as what we think. And once we can talk ourselves through it, we see what the rational things are to be scared of, and we can put those things in perspective. When we don't identify it, we don't call it out, we allow that anxiety and those thoughts to run rampant and keep going and ramp up. So call it out first. What am I scared of? So simple, right? What am I scared of? And ask yourself that whether you actually feel scared of something, like you're feeling that anxiety or not. Sometimes there's that underlying stuff going on, right? So sometimes I just check in with myself. What are you scared of today? Really ask yourself, do you feel, what's going on today? What am I scared of? Allows me to identify what I need to really go after, because I can look those fears in the face. I know I can rise, get to the next level, exceed, excel at whatever I'm trying to do next, right? So tool number 2, imagine a different outcome. Whatever the fear is, whether it's rational, whatever, it doesn't matter. Imagine a different outcome. If nothing changes, nothing changes. And if our thoughts impact our feelings, and if our feelings impact the outcome of what happens in our actions, then it starts with imagining a different outcome. So it might be a scenario that you're fearing something happening. So imagine something else happening. Usually the biggest fear that we have when we're fearing that is not actually what would happen. Sorry, I'm still trying to get this Facebook thing going. It's not going to happen. Anyway, so imagine a different outcome. Maybe it's I'll just take fear of heights. Maybe it's not an outcome. You have a fear of heights. You don't want to get up there, and imagine it different. Imagine yourself not being fearful of that. All right? Imagine a different outcome. Dare to imagine a different outcome. Dare to imagine multiple different outcomes. And then perhaps it shall become, and usually what I find is that it's not whatever I imagine it to be, but it's also not what I fear it to be. It's somewhere in the middle. So imagine a different outcome. Dare to dream that. And lastly, and see, I'm going to be quick today. Lastly, identify the growth moment in it. And I was going to say own your mistakes, but that's part of it. But identify the growth moment in it. Is it a healthy fear? Maybe it's not a rational fear, and one that you've come back to over and over again. So we need to deal with something. That's a growth moment. Maybe it is a healthy fear. Maybe I'm an attorney, so maybe it's your fear that someone's going to file a grievance or something like that. So you need to cross your T's and dot your I's, that kind of thing. It's a healthy fear. It's motivating you to be better. Identify the growth moment in it. There's going to be a growth moment, and that's better than ruminating and living in anxiety and fear. Identifying the growth moment so you can take yourself to the next level. Those are my 3 tips for stomping out fear. See, I was fast this week. 5 minutes instead of 10. I got the greens cooking downstairs, so no, not kidding. I got to get out of here anyway. But so what was it? Call it out, number 1. Imagine a different outcome, number 2. And identify the growth moment. Those are my 3 tips for stomping out fear in the new year. We can't take fear with us. It's going to be there. It's going to keep coming up no matter what. If you're a business owner, regardless of what you're doing, fear is going to come up in life. That's what it is. How we deal with it, what we do with it, really determines the outcome for us. So those are my 3 steps for stomping out fear so we can thrive in the new year. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love you all. Merry Christmas. Enjoy your holiday.